Otherwise, if they're blind on the cake.
Yes.
Okay. So we don't look at the screen.
Yeah, because we're backwards. I would be
And
looking this way.
we're delayed. We're delayed too. So.
Okay.
So we're just starting. So
yeah, it is delayed.
Yeah. So it's okay to warm up because if there's going to be a live audience, you're just going to find. So no one's watching us yet.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All right. A couple of things here. All right. Okay. Good time, yeah, really. Welcome to the Book Talk Show. I'm your host, drmike.org, and we are live streaming. Can you believe it? We're having a really great time. There's a lot of stuff happening this weekend because there is an art crawl. So it's really, 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 really fantastic in the way that we are live streaming at Martha Merrill's bookstore in Waukesha. And we have a special guest, author Alaria Taylor is here with us. Hello.
Thanks for having me.
So Alaria is a special guest because she, in my background being a motivation seminar promoter, she is a triple certified Jack Canfield success coach, and she's got degrees in psychology and counseling. She's the #1 best-selling author and with 2 books that we're gonna talk about today, and which is Dear Younger Self and the Gratitude Book. So actually, we should show them right away because get the other one. See, we got 2. We're gonna talk about both of them. So Dear Younger Self, the Gratitude Book. She's also an award-winning singer-songwriter with over 60 national and regional awards, including voting member of the Grammys and Best of Milwaukee Music Producer of the Year, Grammy Pop Song of the Year, and Songwriter of the Year, a SOWI, SOWI, right? And many more. She's been the director of the Chick Singer Night in Milwaukee for over 21 years, which has its own reputation and following. Her artwork has been featured on CBS Sunday Morning, and we'll see the picture if you go to booktalkshow.com. And I guess you've been around in several galleries. And
yes, I just was in a Rosenquist Fine Art Gallery this year, and that was great. And someone bought my picture. Wow. It was an original of one of the paintings that was on CBS Sunday Morning.
Does that recognize it, folks? Because I recognize it. And
that was on CBS Sunday Morning. And I had the original painting of that for sale in that gallery. It was a show called Playlist, and it needed to be artwork that was inspired by music.
Wow. Music inspired artwork.
Yeah. Right up my alley.
So it's pretty wild because you wear all these different hats, right? So you're an international bestseller. You're designing these beautiful cards that are featured on Sunday Morning on CBS, right? So, and then you do music. But let's begin with the book because this is the booktalkshow.com. So let's show again what we got here. And we'll start with Dear Younger Self.
You want to talk about Dear Younger Self? It was an #1 international bestseller on Amazon. And there are 30 different authors in the book, and each person wrote a chapter to their younger self. So whenever I tell people that, they go, oh, what a great idea for a book. So it's all of these different women looking back at their lives and thinking about what would you do? What wouldn't you do? There's a lot of stories of triumph over adversity. And a lot of wisdom in the book. And it's the kind of book where you can open it up anywhere and just read a chapter. Each chapter stands on its own. So you don't have to read it from front to back. You can open it anywhere. And all of the chapters end on an inspiring, uplifting note.
Wow. Almost like Chicken Soup for the Soul in some sense.
Yes.
All right. So let's talk about I guess the book on gratitude, because it's literally the name of the book, the book on gratitude.
Similar setup, 30 different authors. And actually the foreword is by Jack Canfield, the creator of Chicken Soup for the Soul. 30 different authors, each wrote a chapter on the topic of gratitude. So this is another great gift. I've had a lot of people buy it for like a friend who is not feeling well or someone who's going through some trouble. A lot of uplifting stories in here. And again, you can open it anywhere, and each chapter stands on its own.
Well, that's pretty amazing. So how did you get involved with these collaborative
I
books?
got involved in this. The publishers of both of these books are also Jack Canfield certified coaches. And so after I became triple certified, they both invited me to participate in these books. So that's how I got involved.
Well, you had to be invited. I see. That's
Yeah.
pretty good. Well, is there anything else you want to talk about the books? Because I think I got to start asking you, you being the director of the Chick Singer Night in Milwaukee, you got to tell people what that's about.
Right. Chick Singer Night, a very cool story. It's a national nonprofit organization, and it was started by a Milwaukee native, Lori Mayer, and she started about 38 years ago in Chicago. And since then, it has spread to cities all over the country. And I have been the director of Chick Singer at Milwaukee for 21 years. And what it is, it's the longest running singer showcase in America. And so the mission of Chick Singer Night is to help showcase, promote, and mentor female artists at every stage of their career. So we've had women from every different background, all different ages, all different styles of music. And we do these showcases, and we have a literally world-class band that backs them up. And we've been doing them at Caroline's. We just had one a couple of weeks ago, and we had 7 different featured singers. Each got up and did 3 songs with the band to a standing room only crowd. And they all had a blast.
And being the director, I mean, what's that like?
Well, what I got to tell you, when I was first invited to be the director, I said yes, and then I thought, what did I get myself into? All of these women and all their egos and these artists. This could be like a cat fight set to music, right?
I would think so.
But I took great pains to make sure that did not happen. And a lot of the Milwaukee artists who've done Chick Singer at Milwaukee have gone to other cities, and they all come back and say they like the vibe of Milwaukee the best. One of the things that we do in Milwaukee is I have all of the women sing backup vocals for each other. So they all become friends. And it's kind of like a trust exercise. You know, some of these corporations take people out into the woods and you fall backwards and catch each other. Singing backups for each other is kind of that same thing. You make friends very quickly when, you're relying on them and they're relying on you. And so I've been called the music networker of Milwaukee because of this. A lot of women have got jobs as a lead singer for a band because they've been in Chick Singer Night. Some of the women have hired other women to do backups for them when they have a big high profile show like Summerfest or something. So it's been a lot of fun, and surprisingly, it's not a cat fight. Everybody gets along, and it's really great. It's like everybody supports each other and they're all clapping for each other. It's really a great
Well, I
vibe.
just need to clarify that. So in 21 years, there's never been one cat fight.
Right. Yeah.
A little bit of hesitancy there, but it's like everything's great.
I mean, we've had like maybe 1 or 2 women that, were just not quite with the program, but that's dozens and dozens and dozens of women, all fantastic.
Well, I think if you're not familiar with it, it's something you got to check out. So Chick Singer Night is an organization. And I understand one of your songs are finalists in the Whammy, which we got to explain,
Yes,
Wisconsin area music industry
right.
awards.
The Chick Singer Night,
Oh, this is also part of the Christmas CD.
right.
Okay, so you
The
got to talk about both here.
I produced this album about a year and a half, 2 years ago, and it includes all of our top, some of the best female vocalists and musicians and songwriters in the Milwaukee area. So each person did one song, and we've got the Whammy Vocalist of the Year, the Shepherd
And
Vocalist
this
of the
was
Year.
the one you produced.
Yes. And
So
so this is up for CD of the Year in the Whammies. And then the song that I wrote for this CD is called Zuzu's Petals, It's a Wonderful Life. So you might get a hint what that's
You
about.
should get the guitar player up front to sing it.
Well, he probably doesn't know it, but anyway, that song is up for Song of the Year. So that's kind of cool. And then Chick Singer as a whole is a finalist for Ensemble Vocals of the Year.
Do
So
you know when they'll decide?
the it, the awards show is May 17th.
Oh,
So
it's
we
coming
will
up.
find out. There's 3 stages of voting with the Whammies now. They're doing it very, very official. They're going through broadjam.com, which is the same platform that the American Academy of Country Music uses for their award show.
Wow.
So it's there's no funny business. It's all voting, and the person with the most votes wins. So we will.
And it's not fixed, right?
It's not fixed, right?
Just
It's an actual. It's they'll come out with the accounting firm says this person got most votes, but at Chick Singer Night has not won a Whammy yet in 21 years. So we have our fingers crossed. We'll show cross fingers here for May 17th.
Oh, that's really excellent. If you're just tuning in right now, you are watching or listening to the Book Talk Show, booktalkshow.com. I'm your host, Dr. Mike, and we have the amazing Alaria Taylor. And there's so many things to talk about, right? Because we're fitting within the genre of publishing, but also music and art. Okay, we're going to tie this all together. So here's the $1,000,000 question. Now, we just had a hint of it before we started recording. Okay, so there was a wild coincidence that happened on CBS Sunday Morning. It
Yes.
involves Kate Hudson singing and Hugh Jackman watching Kate, and your picture is involved. Is that actually, can we show that one just to give an example of?
Yeah. So if you're not familiar, CBS Sunday Morning always shows pictures, paintings of suns in between each segment. And I've had several of my sun paintings shown on CBS Sunday Morning. Now, Kate Hudson, one of my sons, was featured at the end of the Kate Hudson segment. And this is before she was on Song Sung Blue. Hugh Jackman happened to be watching that segment, and after he watched it, he picked up the phone, called the director of Song Sung Blue, and said, "Kate Hudson is Claire. Claire is Kate Hudson," and that's how she got the job. So she was getting a job to play a woman from Milwaukee, and a woman from Milwaukee's artwork was at the end of her segment. Serendipity, right?
It's really serendipity, right?
Yeah.
And if you have not seen the movie Song Sung Blue, actually, you should probably talk a little bit about, because you're actual Milwaukeean, not me from Chicago.
Okay.
And this is sort of something that I was at the premiere.
Yeah.
Hanging out with Jack. But here's the thing. That's based on a true story.
Right. It is. It's a great, I love that movie. Claire and her husband had a tribute show, Neil Diamond tribute show. And first there was a documentary about them, and then the producer of that documentary was able to get a feature film made, and it was produced and released at Christmas time. So it was one of the top. She was nominated for an Academy Award. Kate Hudson did a fantastic job. So
I like Hugh Jackman too. I thought he was,
yeah,
was Sterling Hudson really quite convincing. That Neil Diamond, he really seemed to get into it too, and he actually performed that night at the bar adjacent to the theater. He seemed to have a really great time. Too bad Kate wasn't here, but she obviously was promoting the movie in other places. So people are curious about you, alariataylor.com. So I know they can click on.
Yes.
We'll put the link in there as well. But so how can people vote for you in the Whammy Award?
Well, tomorrow's the last day to vote. So
you're on the live stream. Act now.
Right now. Go to broadjam.com, just like it sounds, broadjam.com/whammy, WAMI. And so you're going to look for Song of the Year category, select Zuzu's Petals, Album of the Year, select A Chick Singer Night Christmas, and then Ensemble Vocals of the Year, Chick Singer Night. And then the song and the album are also in a subcategory, which is unique album and unique song.
That's excellent. Did you want to also show your other CDs?
Sure.
Talk about,
yeah.
We'll do a recap.
These 2 CDs I did a few years ago. They were both produced by Joe Puerta, who was in Ambrosia. He's a 5-time Grammy nominee and a Grammy Award winner. And this CD was a finalist for CD of the Year with the Whammies. And the first song on this CD won Pop Song of the Year with the Whammies a few years ago.
I have to ask because when I was in high school, Ambrosia was one of my favorite bands and the songs, the 70s. He lives out here.
He did. He lived out here up until a few years ago, and he owned a recording studio. So, but I think he moved once his daughter graduated from high school and went to college. I think he moved back out to LA. So I was very lucky. He was also in Bruce Hornsby and the Range. And so having him produce my albums was fantastic. It was a treat.
We're going to showcase your books one more time. Oops. So tell your friends, you got to check this stuff out because there's so much here. Go to alariataylor.com. There'll probably be a link below. For those of you on the live stream, immediately go to broadjam.com/whammy and vote right now. You're watching the Book Talk Show, booktalkshow.com. I'm your host, Dr. Mike, and we've been enjoying our guest today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And be sure to check out